Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you, depending where you are in the world. We're doing a nighttime devotion from the devotional Christ Triumphant. The title today, God's People Not to Be Hidden Away. Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Daniel was a statesman in Babylon. By his faithful service, he taught those in Babylon that his God was a living God, not an image such as they worshipped. It was God's design to show the Babylonians that there was a king above the king of Babylon, the God whom the Hebrew youth worshipped. These youth exalted God. They knew that they were to carry out the principles of truth, and therefore they refused the meat from the royal table and the wine from the royal cellar. Their abstinence from the prescribed bill of fare made a distinction in every way between their appearance and the appearance of those youth who indulged in the appetite. There were plenty to make remarks, but these youth were faithful even in little things. And in physical appearance, they were far ahead of the youth who sat at the king's table. Their simple diet kept their minds clear. They were better prepared for their studies, for they never knew the oppression caused by eating luxurious food. They were better prepared physically for taxing labor, for they were never sick. With clear minds, they could think and work vigorously. By obeying God, they were doing the very things that will give strength of thought and memory. God ordained Daniel and his fellows to be connected with the great men of Babylon, that these men might become acquainted with the religion of the Hebrews and know that God reigns over all kingdoms. In like manner, the Lord means that Seventh-day Adventists shall witness for him. They're not to be hidden away from the world. They are to be in the world, but not of the world. They are to stand distinct from the world in their manner of dealing. They are to show that they have purity of character, that the world may see that the truth, which they conscientiously believe, makes them honest in their dealings, that those with whom they are connected may see that believers of truth are sanctified through the truth, and that the truth received and obeyed makes the receivers as sons and daughters of God, children of the heavenly King, members of the royal family, faithful, true, honest, upright, in the small as well as the great acts of life. Whatever is worth doing is worth doing well. Let us be faithful in the smallest things as well as the work requiring the largest sacrifice. To all who follow Daniel's example, not only professing the truth, but living the truth, acting in accordance with the principles of temperance, the Lord will give encouragement similar to the acknowledgement he gave Daniel. The title again, God's People Not to Be Hidden Away. Throughout the history, as the Bible tells us, God has always brought his faithful subjects to the forefront in the world. If we go back and look at Moses, Moses became obedient to the truth and to God, and God, he became the savior and the leader of Israel. God did the same with Joshua. God did the same with Daniel. God did the same with Elijah, Samuel, David, Jesse. Well, not so much Jesse, David, Solomon. I mean, obviously Solomon became king because he was the son of David. But how did Saul become king? Because God chose him. God chose David as well, but God chose Solomon. But then look at the likes of Daniel. Look at the likes of Joseph, as in Joseph, who went from Jacob to Egypt, to prison, to them being basically second in command of the whole of Egypt, and various other people. So, I think the key thing here is firstly, your body is a temple. You are a living temple. You have the Spirit. We have the Spirit of God in us. Remember when God formed Adam, he breathed his Spirit into the nostrils of Adam, and Adam became a living soul. It says because of God's Spirit in us that keeps us alive, we have to nurture, we have to obey, we have to feed our bodies that which is good for us. Now, of course, if you look at the food these days, it's all processed, it's all rubbish, most of it. You can still buy half decent from the farms, etc., but it's notoriously expensive these days. But then you have to get supplements, which are expensive. The water, filter it, do everything you can. Don't just boil it, because you still get all the what they call it, fluoride, and all the other rubbish that's in the water from the tap. When you boil the water, it doesn't take anything, all the fluoride and everything out. It takes a lot out, but the fluoride's still there. So you need to actually filter it, and if you can, distill it. You can buy a distiller, or buy your water from someone who does do it properly. But then also it's a case of, as it said, if something's worth doing, it's worth doing well. No matter how big a task or how small a task, do it in the best way you can, with the best heart that you can. Be willing to do what it is you need to do. Because God will bless you for the smaller duties, that you will become greater to fulfill greater duties. But be humble and meek, not prideful, always fulfilling the duties, no matter how small or great, for the honor of God and for your fellow man.